Here. Councilmember Huff.
Here.
Councilmember Heller.
Here.
Councilmember Miller.
Here.
Councilmember Edgerton.
Here.
All right, thank you. Any modifications to the agenda or a motion to accept it?
I make a motion, we accept the agenda.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by the same sign? Motion is approved. Thank you. Public comment, Ms. Rittinger.
Yeah, just a couple things I wanted to bring up. Curious about one thing as to, with the landscaping up by the Bears, is there a reason why the city sent 2 crew members 110 miles one way to pick up the shrubbery when it could have been purchased so much closer using a local business? But instead they paid 2 employees 110 miles one way to go to Monroe to pick these up. And I'm just curious as to why.
I can find out. We'll talk with Steve Reindich on that.
And then, do you know how many generators the city is in possession of?
I do not know the number. Todd, do you know how many generators we have in our possession?
From our generator project?
Yeah, just in total what the city owns as far as the generators for the city.
You want to include small ones, like
Yep.
2,500 waters?
Yeah, there it is.
I'm guessing 4. I think we have 2 2512. Including fire department, we have probably 6 or 8.
Okay. And are those ever used for personal use where people can take them, maybe hunting trips or things like that?
I know some of them have been taken for personal use at times too.
Okay, so the taxpayers are paying for personal use for generators to go out hunting, on hunting trips for city employees?
I don't know.
Okay, thank you. You don't know if the generators are leaving the property or?
So with small equipment, yeah, we allow employees to use small equipment.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. Atkins.
Well, I'd like to thank the, believe it or not, policeman of the K-9 unit for stopping up and checking on some maniac. But I feel that we need to do something with this guy. He carries a knife and he was down last night at the Dollar Tree when I was in there, the Dollar General, going off on the clerk that works there. And his name's Sean and it starts with a P, I don't know his last name. But Libby knows him because she told him to shut up the other day after he was leaving her yard. He goes in and smokes in the bathroom. I had it set up several years ago where the city was supposed to lock the bathrooms at night, and that got taken away. So he goes in at night, sleeps in the bathroom, locks himself in the bathroom, smokes in the bathroom, does whatever else in the bathroom besides punching and screaming. Out putting Christmas tree lights up with my 8-year-old nephew, and I had taken him in the house twice because he was threatening to kill people using F-bombs. You could hear him 2 blocks away. My friend was up the street 2 blocks away, and he could hear him in his house. So this guy, and I know he's been kicked out of the Shell station. So I'm just saying this guy's he's a problem. So if somebody, we have the thing up on the hill that we approved that let it come in. You would think that the police department and that department could figure a way to do something with this gentleman before he hurts somebody or somebody hurts him, because people were in line last night saying they were gonna go out and take care of him for the way that he treated the lady that was standing there on the counter. And last night he was up screaming at the bus lady, "Let me on the effing bus, let me on the effing bus." So she finally let him on the bus and took him away, but he's not a nice individual.
Okay.
So.
Chief, did we have any calls for that incident at all? Okay.
He's not mentally capable of committing a crime, so he's not able to commit a crime. We can't incarcerate him. The jail won't take him, so we have no place to put him.
But we could probably talk to somebody and find a place to put him. And don't say he's mentally not capable of committing a crime, because those are the ones that commit the crimes.
Or lock the bathrooms
Right.
at night like they used to do. They lock the bathrooms at night.
Right, and we used to lock the bathrooms. I fought and fought to get that locked, and now we're not locking the bathrooms.
Right.
So he hangs out in the bathrooms. Well, he doesn't need to hang out in the bathrooms. The women's bathrooms, things like cigarette smoke. The male's bathroom has dirty underwear in their garbage. I mean, it's disgusting.
Okay. I will
And we have
follow up with.
cameras, and we don't have cameras there or at the park, but they're everywhere else in the city.
I will follow up with our public works crew and find out about the bathrooms being locked or not. And the best I can share with you is when there's an incident to seek emergency help.
We
And-
called the police department and the nice 911 operator hung up on me. 20 minutes later, my wife called again because he came back screaming and yelling. We thought he was in there killing himself. And she called and the lady hung up on her.
Okay.
And she was being nice.
Yeah, I can't speak for dispatch, but if our police officers are alerted, they will respond. That's,
He did. It took him 15 minutes, but he got there and I appreciated him going there. So I wanted to tell him thank you.
okay. Thank you very much. All right, consent agenda. Any questions from council or a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I make a motion, we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any question or discussion? All in favor of the motion on the table, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by the same sign? And the motion is approved. Thank you. Under staff reports, staff, any additional reporting from staff for the council? Anything in addition to the written reports? Okay. Any questions from council on staff reports? All right. Under new business, we have our 2022 budget. I know that there has been a lot of work done on this year's budget, and we are getting down to it. It is our hope that the budget would be adopted this evening. If we do not get to that space, we will have to schedule a second meeting during the month of December to do that. We have to pass the budget before the end of the year. Any questions from council? Any additional discussion on the budget? I noticed we have a follow-up discussion on 2022 rates that's down below, which would impact the budget if we were to change the rates. So I guess under the 2022 budget, if you have questions about it, I believe that the budget was written with a 3% increase. And we would need to hear from council if there was any propensity to change that or not. So I give it to you. Any questions on the budget, comments, discussion? Or ultimately, we'd entertain a motion to adopt the budget.
I also had a question on the drives. I don't know if anyone emailed Chris back about what the $50,000 for the drives was. So I don't know if that's or.
So the drive for the wastewater treatment plant.
I just wasn't sure what drives meant, so.
So drives are what runs our equipment down there at the.
Okay.
They're from 2006. They no longer make the parts to replace the drive. So when the drive fails, we have to buy a brand new drive. So we are putting money in the budget to replace the drives that are old. So we can get replacement parts.
So they're all gonna be the newer versions, so that,
Yes.
okay.
Any other questions, proposed changes?
Is that your only concern from that email?
Well, I'm trying to remember. There was two things. There was drives and something else. Yeah, we're trying to,
I can look in that email if you want me to.
there was a $75,000 that's under fire control. Did that get moved? It's on this page, it's still listed there.
Dan would have to do that. I can't make large numbers.
Does she have a note to do that?
I believe so.
I think that was in the email.
Yeah, that was in the email.
There was something else. There was drives and something else. Item-wise, there was budget related. I was trying to remember what the other one was.
You had the fire control and then you had purchasing replacement drives, how much it actually costs, actual cost of the work order, labels, software that's
Oh, yeah,
intended.
the work order software. I was curious how much it actually cost. Did you already get that?
That is actual cost.
Okay.
That we have quote for.
And that was all I had in that mail. Any questions, comments, discussion?
I believe at our last meeting, we had pretty much settled on 3%. We all still good with the 3% increase.
I'm okay with that.
Yes.
And so will we make a motion for that at the end of the meeting, or is it just,
It's
Or is it
adopted
part of
within
the
the budget because we passed the resolution that gives the council the ability to set the rate, so it's adopted within the budget. Chris Coker, if you're on the line, if that's not correct, let me know, but I believe it's adopted within.
I just wonder if we need to add that probably in our budget motion or something to,
Specifically,
and then it's somewhere of what we're charging?
You could.
Okay.
they, Brenda, are you talking about the specific rate increase of 3%? Hello? Hello?
As long as we got that line item moved, are we good?
I'm good.
Okay,
I've had my questions answered.
all right. Well, in that case, I'll move to approve the budget.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any question or discussion? All in favor of the motion on the table, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by the same sign? And the 2022 budget is adopted. Thank you.
Hey, Brenda, can you?
Item number 8 is the A to Z janitorial contract renewal and change order. Any questions about this?
We have a total somewhere of what the increase will be for 2022.
That was 235 a month.
It was, yeah, it's in there.
Mayor, for the budget too, it's an ordinance, so it needs a roll call vote.
Okay, thank you. We can, after we do that, we'll go back and do a roll call vote on the budget.
Oh, so it's going from this to,
Any questions, comments, discussion, motion?
I know we've been happy with the service we're getting from them, so I'll make a motion that we approve this contract with them.
second.
We have a motion and a second. Any question or discussion? All in favor of the motion on the table, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by the same sign? And the motion is approved. Thank you. Referring back to item number 7, the 2022 budget, let's do a roll call vote for the motion on the table to adopt the 2022 budget.
Hey, Brenda, sorry, this is Chris. Can you hear me?
Councilmember Amesbury. Aye. Councilmember Huff.
Aye.
Councilmember Heller.
Aye.
Councilmember Miller.
Aye.
Councilmember Iverson.
Aye.
All right, thank you. Item number 9, the contract for legal services. Any questions or comments on that item? We had talked about this before in our budget discussion. Questions, comments, discussion, motion?
Only comment I had, this was going to be effective for,
January 1.
so we're going to wait to actually sign that until January 1st. Because we have Chris listed as the signatory on it.
We can, yeah, absolutely. He originally wanted December, but I asked him to wait till January so it could be budgeted.
Hey, Brenda, this is Chris. Can you hear me?
As long as you're okay waiting.
You can wait until the first meeting of the year if you want to and adopt it then. Totally up to you. I mean, you can adopt it now and he can sign it then, either way.
No reason why we can't adopt it now, so it's already done.
Just
Yeah.
update the signatory. Yeah, good to go.
Okay,
I'll be around.
Yeah.
questions, comments, discussion, motion?
My motion to adopt the contract.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any question or discussion? All in favor of the motion on the table, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by the same sign? All right, and the motion is approved. Follow-up discussion to set the 2022 rates. They were adopted within the budget. Any other questions or discussion about the 2022 rates? Okay, that is under old business, so.
I'm trying to remember, just so I'm clear though, like, so next year, if it comes up, we'd have to do a whole nother resolution because it's just for the 1 year, right?
We did it just for the
wanna
1
make sure
year.
it's clear on
That's correct.
Okay.
All right, item number 11, the police body cameras and in-car video update from Chief.
So you guys got 4 different proposals there. One says 23, one says 27, one is 33, something. One is 63,000. So the 23,000 is just the body camera itself. The 27,000 was rounding is the body camera. So this will be 23 and 27,000.
Can you speak up, Chief?
I'm trying. The difference between the 23,000 and the 27,000 on body cameras, 7,000 one is a live stream, live feed. So it's going on cellular. So if we had an incident, wherever, a pursuit, person at gunpoint, I can log in that system. I can view that officer's camera real time. So I can say, hey, he has a tactical position here. Bring a SWAT team in this thing. It's about $4,000 more. We're total for 5 years, so it's about $800. The difference, the other additional cost on 27,000 is $39.99 a month per camera for the Verizon link. So it's about
You're getting quiet again.
about $2,400 there. So that would be my recommendation. The in-car cameras, and the body cameras are more functional than just having a dash-mounted camera loaded stationary. The body cameras will be inside a house, outside a house, on a traffic stop. So I think that would be the more functional one in the live stream. Because it's that much more is the better of the two choices. We have the money in there, so it's more of a ask of. Right now, we're at 152,000 under budget in the police department. That's what I'm trying to get this year. To just reallocate funds that we stay on the budget. Of that, we received about 23,000 from the state for reimbursement for Officer Morrison from the academy. We received another 8,000 specifically from the state for training and for body cameras. So they're putting in some of the money. So there's 31,000 there and definitely cover the cameras on that portion of it.
While the new laws do not necessitate a body camera, they necessitate the ability to record interactions between law enforcement and citizens or whatever. So they don't say you have to go get body cameras, but they're helping to fund possibilities because in some way you have to record interactions. That's the new legislation.
Yeah, January 1st, the law goes into effect. Anytime that you have it says an interrogation of an individual inside a police facility unless the audio and video is recorded. A police facility, depending on who you talk to, could be a police car. That is your local office. So, anytime a juvenile is questioned at any time, that has to be audio and video recorded, no matter where the location is.
Does it pair us up meter too when you're doing that?
But the difference between the two is that with the $27,000 one, then you're able to give better support to any officer out in the field that needs immediate support because you can see what's going on,
And it
correct?
can not only be me, but let's say that we're assistant county and something, the supervisor there on the SWAT team can access their cameras, so that can give them authority to access this to coordinate people to different locations.
Are any other agencies using these similar cameras?
Mason County just bought last month $750,000 worth. Thurston County is doing the same. I think theirs is a bigger portion, a bigger amount. Lewis County did the same purchase, and Grace Harbor Sheriff's Office which is the exact same camera.
Okay, so we'd be within a system that people are already working in.
And you said this is just a one-time cost for the 5
One time, and the big
years.
thing about this, so this covers 5 cameras over 5 years. It's unlimited storage capacity. So that was our thing before, is like how much storage capacity, what's the cost, how long do we need to retain it? It's unlimited, including this cost. Plus it comes with all the redaction software for the baby. So there's no additional redaction software, there's no additional server storage space.
And brand new equipment after 3 years. They do a
After
swap
3
out.
years, since they're lithium ion batteries, those typically dissipate. So after 2 years, they're about 81%. They want full charge, so at year 3, they give us all brand new.
And then there's the monthly cost for Verizon to be able to access those cameras.
So
if we-
$200 a month for 5 cameras.
Right.
What about the coverage? I have Verizon on my work tablet that I have to log into every day, and they don't always come in these areas, so how is your coverage gonna be?
It doesn't change any recording capability, so if I don't have any, it's just like if I text you now, you don't have coverage. Once you get coverage, you're gonna get that signal. So it's a similar thing, as that camera's gonna be recording that video. And anytime you get the service again, it's gonna upload it.
So Chief is looking for whether the council wants to approve the cameras and which package.
Well, personally, I think that the package that gives them the ability to upload so that they can see what's going on is a better package. And
Right.
it's not, it's only $4,000 difference. The money is already there to purchase it this year. So I think that for the safety of our officers and anybody they're trying to help, I think it's a well-spent $4,000 additional.
I agree.
Any other questions, discussion, motion?
So the first three are like half the price of the 61,000, the last one.
The last one is in-car camera and a body
There's
camera.
both, so
It's
that's why I was thinking,
Two
but I just want to make
services,
sure.
Right.
Yeah, so the first one's a body camera, not live feed. The second one's body camera, live feed. And the third one is
Okay.
in-car camera, live feed, body.
What, is there part of the agreement that if something happens, like there's storm water, get damaged, or will we just need to buy a new camera? Is there an insurance package on it?
No, it's all warranty. There was no negligence. We didn't drop on the ground, run over our car, water damage or whatever. We'll send it to a have to turn around in 24 hours.
Nice. And that's for the full life of 5 years?
Correct.
I make a motion that we accept the bid for the cameras with the live feed.
I'll second.
But hold it, because I just want to ask, you don't feel there's any benefit for the vehicle ones as well, to having
I
both?
don't think that, I wouldn't say there's no benefit because there's always a different camera angle. But
That's what I was
a
thinking.
car's in a fixed location, so let's say I had you on a traffic stop, the car's stopped here. I'm moving, I'm talking to you, so that car is a stationary position. And once it's getting on that vehicle, the camera can't see inside that car. That's what typically they're gonna be seeing as a traffic stop, because the vehicle's gonna be in a fixed position. So you're pretty much stationary, you're looking through a back window, so it's limited, I think, on the cost, I think, but you don't get that much increased management from it.
I'm just thinking if you had both of them going at the same, because they'd both be recording at the same time, two different angles, two different perspectives, so if something did go wrong, it's better coverage.
Body cameras fall off sometimes in a Tesla, and at least you can still have something.
They'll still be recording. You're saying you can't access them remotely and look through them.
Not the car one.
The car one is just not recording, it's observing.
It's recorded.
Okay, that's what I just said. So the in-car ones will still be recording, you just can't access them remotely.
So if you guys get in a tussle with somebody, a drunk driver or something, and the camera gets knocked off, at least the camera in the car would still be taking pictures. And motion
If you make
like
sure
that.
you fought in front of your camera.
Well, I mean, that's usually what's gonna happen. I mean, it's better if your camera's not knocked off the side of you or something. I mean, there's been a lot of cases where it's
I'd
only
rather have
been the
the-
car camera. that's
Even though it's
got
more
it.
money, having both, just better coverage. better
Isn't the car
protection.
camera
That's what I'm-
gonna prove the reason why you pulled the person over? So
I
is
think
it-
what Chief is trying to say is that to remotely access that camera, he can't tell the car to move. He can't tell the
No,
camera to
But
move,
it's
so
also protecting the police department because it shows why they pulled the car over. It's a body cam.
it will still do that. It will still do that. It will still record, it will still observe. What he's saying is, do I need to access a car camera remotely when I can't tell the car to move? That's what he's saying.
You guys are getting included.
And the questions, I need to take this back to the council. Let the council ask the questions. This is a decision for them, okay?
Maybe they should ask
So-
something better.
Then you can take that up with them at their time. Does council have any questions for Chief?
That was one.
People think we're, we should have questions.
The council makes those decisions.
What I'm saying.
The people voted and elected these
Why can't
people.
they say that?
The people elected these people to make the decisions. So they, if the council would like to do that, that's up to them. And I'm bringing the conversation back to the council because this is their meeting.
So
Then it's not time to talk about it then. Have another meeting, talk about it.
They can talk all they want
That's
about
what I'm
it.
saying, once you're gone, we can talk about it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd rather go with the full
You'd
price.
rather go with
I'd rather
the
go,
full-
with- I'd rather have both. I'd rather go with
The
the
car
full
cam
package.
and bike cam, okay.
Okay,
How
Yeah,
so
if we can afford it,
Yeah.
then.
We do have the money available.
Is your
Yes,
budget available to do the full, to do both?
so you would need to amend the motion on the table.
Yes.
Yes. So I make a motion that we get the full package.
Who made the original motion?
Joy
I
did.
did.
Yeah.
So Joy, you have to amend the motion
Okay,
Okay.
I'll amend the motion. I make a
to,
motion that we,
Just put
On that.
Yes.
So with that, that is without installation, so it's gonna be $1,000 per camera to install on the vehicle. So additional $5,000, just so you have the right.
That's fine. I'm good with that.
Good job.
so Councilmember
is there
Iverson,
anything else we should take into consideration, Chief? Okay, well then I would like to amend my motion and make a motion that we purchase the body camera and the car cameras, the body cameras with the with the live feed.
all cameras with live feed.
Yeah, all cameras with live. Well, the car camera, does it have live feed? The car camera does not have live feed.
Okay,
I'll second.
so you second the amendment. Any further question or discussion?
The only question I have for Chief is if we do get new vehicles, what would the cost be to move that to the new vehicle? So we might
$1,000 to
want
move it to
to
the new
take that into
vehicle.
consideration as well. But that's for future budget considerations, so.
Well, if we're rotating the vehicles out in the plan, it's only one a year anyway, so.
We can budget for it pretty easily, yeah, just.
Yeah.
So
Fair
how many
enough, never
police
mind.
vehicles do we have?
5.
We have 5, and so we would need 5 cameras.
Right, so that raises it $5,000.
And then did the 61,000 include the live cameras, or was it the?
Now that's live cameras.
Okay, I just want to make sure the 61,000 was the live camera cost.
Yes, if you look on that sheet, it'll say BWC and it'll say 4G, Wi-Fi, enabled. That tells you specific what camera that is. I don't have it. Yeah, right there. Team Verizon plus Wi-Fi plus GPS.
So will that raise our monthly Verizon bill as well?
It's just going to change the initial purchase of the package.
Okay.
And you don't have a quote in here for that particular setup.
We don't- what, I'm sorry.
You don't have a quote in here for that particular setup.
The
It's the 61,
61,000.
It just doesn't include the 5,000 to install it
Correct,
into the
correct.
vehicles.
Right.
So
Right.
it'd be 5,000 on top of it.
Any other question or discussion? We have a motion and an amended motion on the table. All in favor of the amended motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by the same sign? And the motion is approved. Thank you. Any updates from council?
I just wanted to update on the first responder awards. We did the firefighter of the year at their November 29th meeting. And this year's firefighter is Jerry Banks, that was selected by the community. So if you get to see Jerry around town, give him a congrats. Well deserved, he's done with the department for a number of years and pretty involved in various aspects of the community.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Anyone else? Any other updates from council? Okay. We have resolution number 742 on the agenda. Thank you for that. I'm not sure who wrote it, but thank you for the kindness. Any questions, comments?
We read it?
Would you like it read?
Chris will read it.
All right. What is the number?
742.
742.
The resolution before we get started, do we vote on this or is this just?
Yes, you will have to vote on it.
All right. So resolution 742, a resolution honoring Brenda Orfer. So the recitals, whereas Brenda Orfer has dutifully served as mayor of the city of McCleary since June 13th of 2018, and prior to that as McCleary city council member since November 12th, 2015. And whereas in those 6+ years of service, Brenda has provided the citizens of McCleary, as well as council members and city staff, with honest, heartfelt, and dedicated service throughout her results-driven approach. And whereas Brenda was the first female elected mayor for the city of McCleary since the founding of January 6th, 1943. And whereas Brenda is viewed by most of whom she has worked with as a positive and genuine leader who has demonstrated effectiveness and success during a global pandemic while always maintaining her integrity and professionalism. And whereas Brenda's accomplishments and contributions to this city are numerous, and the resulting benefits of her leadership will no doubt continue for years to come. And whereas Brenda, a longtime McCleary resident, is someone who has and will continue to engage in the community service to promote community growth and development for the citizens of McCleary, keeping McCleary a wonderful community in which to live and work to raise a family. And now, therefore, it be resolved as follows by the City Council of the City of McCleary, Mayor signing in authentication thereof. Section 1, individually and as elected representatives of the citizens of the City of McCleary, the council wishes to make clear their abundant thanks and appreciation to Brenda for years of service to the City of McCleary. Section 2, the council is hopeful she will continue to bring forth her energy and desire to improve and serve her community, benefit the citizens of McCleary in the future. And Section 3, the council further wishes that Brenda be assured that the appreciation of the council and the city staff, that her contributions over the years to the betterment of the city have not gone unnoticed and are truly valued, and that she will be missed in her role as mayor. The council members, city staff, and citizens who have the pleasure of working with Brenda over the years are indeed grateful for all she has done. Passed this 8th day of December 2021 by the City Council of the City of McCleary and signed an authentication thereof this 8th day of December 2021, City of McCleary.
Thank you. Very kind. I appreciate that. And any questions or discussion or a motion for resolution 742?
I'll move that we approve resolution 742.
Second.
We have a motion and a second.
Need to sign this one?
All
Just be
in,
signed this one. Okay, no, never mind. I know.
all in favor of the motion on the table, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by the same sign? Thank you. And truly, it's been a pleasure to serve our community. I have done the best that I can do, presented myself in a way that is professional, and tried to resolve issues as quickly as I could and at the lowest point, tightest circle possible. I have also worked to do everything with integrity and for the betterment of the city, because yes, I live here too, and everything that happens here affects me and my family. And that is what we want. We want a city that people are eager to come here. They're sorry that they left and they're eager to return. And I think that that's how we want to host everyone that comes into our city. We've had many comments about the welcome look that the city has after our 3rd Street remodel and the signage and the things that have occurred over the past several years. People that haven't been here in a long time particularly notice it. And it's been a wonderful addition, and it's been nice to see the upgrades. I also want to thank the city staff. I gained an appreciation for these people that I had never had before. As a citizen, I turn on my lights, I turn on my water, I flush my toilet, and everything works. And when I came to work for the city as the council member and as the mayor, I saw a team of people that keep everything running, and the admiration that I have for them. And I hope that they have felt that while I have been here. I've tried to support them the best that I could. And I wish Mayor Miller all the best in the future. And his success is all of our success. I fully support him. I want him to have a very successful mayorship. And I wish this council all the best, the new members that are coming on. It's been an honor to serve you. And every project, everything that I approach and everything that I do, my goal is to leave it in a better state or condition than what I found it. And I can honestly say that I feel like leaving this chair, I'm leaving the city in a better position than what I found it. So thank you for allowing me to serve. Any other public comment?
Do you know how many unused cameras we have? Out of all the cameras that we bought?
How many
are-
unused cameras?
Yeah.
Do we have any cameras sitting not used? No, there are none that are not being used.
So then why is it the main reason for the camera was for the bus station? That what started this whole $7,500 project that turned into $40-some thousand. Why isn't there one there? And why isn't there one at the park?
There were decisions made about the placement of the cameras. If you want to follow up with the people who made those decisions, we can make that conversation happen. I can't answer those questions right now, but we're happy to get you the information. When I came into city council several years ago, one of the very first things I asked is, why do we not have security cameras in our city? And why do we not have police cameras? And all these years, we've been working toward that. I'm really glad to see that we do. And if you want to look into the nitty gritty of how it all came to be, then we'll connect you with the people that made it
I don't
happen.
need the nitty gritty, I just don't.
That's what it is. If you want to know where they are and why they're there, we need to get down to the nitty gritty of who made those decisions. And it was not me. So I can't answer those questions for you.
But it's hard to do because I've requested updated camera locations and stuff, and it's never consistent. And there's one from way back before you guys moved it back within the county at the end of Summit and Helena Hickland, where there's one right out by Todd's house that's listed.
To my knowledge, there's never been a camera out
I
there.
mean, what the heck good is that? Is that taxpayer dollars?
There's not a camera
Security out
there.
when we needed it on
I'm
us?
just, the reason I'm asking is you have a drug house that's been through 3 mayors, going on 4 mayors, that's still sitting in front of my house. 2 chief police told me that they were gonna get rid of it, it's still sitting there. The bus station gets off and goes over there. The whole thing started, you guys wanted a camera there, and nobody put a camera there. So I'm trying to find out why we bought all these cameras and not one got put where it was supposed to be.
And I will connect you with the people that can answer that question. I did not make those decisions, so I can't answer your question. None of the people sitting at the table made those decisions, so they can't answer your question either. But we will get you an answer to that question.
So the city didn't have any input where they were put at all?
Why they probably have-
Yes, the city had input, but not me. I was not part of that
Who
discussion.
made the decision when what you said it was?
The police chief was part of that discussion.
Okay.
The director of public works was part of that discussion. I believe the
So the question
senior
is
lineman was
asking
part of the
why it wasn't put
discussion.
on
There are several high-level staff members that were part of it, but I was not part of that, so I cannot answer your question. And I'm not going to try to speak for somebody else. Any other public comment?
Will those answers be, at like the next council meeting so that we can hear it publicly?
I can ask staff to do a written memorandum as to where the cameras are. We have that posted. And if there is anything that reflects a discussion, we can provide that. But if you want to know, I need to connect you with the people that can answer the question. So if you want to know, we'd be happy to connect you with those people as well.
Can the cameras be moved to different locations, or is would that cost a lot, say you move one from one area to another area?
The cost, there's not a huge cost. It's a labor cost and time. And there might be a discussion about that, about moving some, and that will be under the future administration. So any other public comment? Anything on the lines, Todd?
There's 4 people or 3 people online. They know me, so.
Got those people on.
All right.
Online.
I don't hear anything. Okay, the last part of our agenda tonight is the swearing in of our elected officials that will begin their work on January 1, 2022. We have the oath of office for Mayor Christopher Miller. We have an oath of office for Councilmember Max Ross, an oath of office for Councilmember Deborah Joy Iverson, and an oath of office for Councilmember Andrea Dahl. So we're going to administer these oaths. We checked with legal counsel prior to the meeting, and in that our clerk treasurer is not here, the mayor is able to administer the oath of office. So we're going to do that this evening. I'm going to give you a sheet so that you can read along so that we don't get lost along the way. I have one for each of you.
Otherwise I'd skip words.
So here is the one for Joy. You would hand that down to her. And then here is the one for Mr. Ross and the one for Ms. Dahl. Would you hand it to her? So if you would like, I'm not sure if anyone wants to take photos or not, but if you would stand, we'll start with our mayor, Christopher Miller, who will be taking office on January 1st, 2022. and we will administer the oath of office here in the state of Washington, the county of Grays Harbor. And Mr. Miller, if you would repeat after me and raise your right hand. All right, having been elected to the city of McCleary position of mayor,
I'm actually repeating nothing. Okay. I've been elected to the city of McCleary position of mayor.
I, Christopher Miller, do solemnly swear or affirm
I, Christopher Miller, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
of America
of America
and the Constitution of the state of
and the
Washington,
Constitution of the state of Washington,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
and that I will faithfully and impartially
perform and discharge the duties
perform and discharge the duties
of city council
of the city council
for the city of McCleary
for the city of McCleary
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
All right. Okay. Photo. Okay.
You're 6 feet away, put your mask down.
All right, let's give him a hand. That's wonderful. Very exciting. All right, and Mr. Ross, we'll go ahead. I've got you next on the agenda here. Sure, wherever you're comfortable, if you want to stand and, okay, perfect. Okay, excellent. Wherever you're comfortable, and then if you would raise your right hand, and you're going to repeat after me. Here in the state of Washington, county of Grays Harbor, having been elected to the city of McCleary,
Having been elected to the city of McCleary,
city council position number 3,
city council position number 3,
I, Max Ross, do solemnly swear or affirm
I, Max Ross, do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the state of Washington,
and the Constitution of the state of Washington,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
and that I will faithfully and impartially
perform and discharge the duties
perform and discharge the duties
of city council for the city of McCleary
of city council for the city of McCleary
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
All right, wonderful. All right, Councilmember Iverson. Here in the state of Washington, county of Grays Harbor, if you would raise your right hand and repeat after me. Having been elected to the city of McCleary,
Having been elected to the city of McCleary,
city council position number 5,
city council position number 5,
I, Deborah Joy Iverson,
I, Deborah Joy Iverson,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the state of Washington,
and the Constitution of the state of Washington,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
and that I will faithfully and impartially
perform and discharge the duties
perform and discharge the duties
of city council for the city of McCleary
of city council for the city of McCleary
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Wonderful. All right, and Ms. Dahl. Wonderful. All right, if you would raise your right hand. Here in the state of Washington, in the county of Grays Harbor, repeat after me. Having been elected to the city of McCleary City Council position number 4,
Having been elected to the city of McCleary City Council position number 4,
I, Andrea Dahl,
I, Andrea Dahl,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the state of Washington,
and the Constitution of the state of Washington,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
and that I will faithfully and impartially
perform and discharge the duties
perform and discharge the duties
of city council
of city council
for the city of McCleary
for the city of McCleary
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
according to the best of my abilities, so help me God.
Wonderful. All right. Very exciting to have new members coming into our city leadership. I'm so happy for all of them, and I look forward to great things from our council and future administration. So anything else for the good of the order, or we'd accept a motion to adjourn?
So just quickly, we do have refreshments in the back. And also, I'd like to just make a comment if I may.
Sure.
I want to thank our mayor for the years that she's spent on our council and for the work that she's done for our city. And I'd also like to thank Jaren, who is trying to sneak out of here being unnoticed. But I have to get my one last dig in, making him embarrassed. So anyway, I worked with Jaren on the finance committee and I've worked with him on this board. And it's been a wonderful experience and I want to thank him for that. He worked hard with the Chehalis Valley water.
Basin.
The basin.
He worked with the water. He has a lot of knowledge and that knowledge was very beneficial to our group and we appreciate it. So thank you both for all your work and your efforts.
All right. Did you want to say anything, Councilmember Heller?
I was gonna let you sneak out. This is all her.
He knows that.
Yeah.
Good try. So I apologize. I don't talk very loud, so took off the mask for this. But yeah, it's been an interesting 4 years. It's been a fun experience, even with the difficulties of the last 2 years with the public health emergency that we're all experiencing. I do believe that I'm leaving the city in a better place than I found it here, or when I arrived rather. And I believe that it will continue to get better. I'm really looking forward to seeing what our new council members do. I think they're bringing a lot of energy to this position, and I'm really looking forward to the next 4 years of McCleary.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so I hear there are refreshments back there for people that want refreshments.
We have refreshments in the back and I make a motion, we adjourn and go eat.
Okay,
I'll second.
we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Bye.
Any opposed? Motion is approved. The meeting is adjourned at 7:17. Thank you.
I want to picture you and Brenda together.
For that full agenda, I thought this was gonna take us a lot longer. honestly.
Yeah.
Brenda?